With much reluctance, I am moving on from the definition and contemplation on Shiva, Namah Shivaya, Shivatara, and Shivatama, because the concept of Shiva is extraordinarily grand. So, what is it I have left out that I have not covered yet? Among many things, I have not touched upon the iconography of Shiva, how it developed. I have not touched upon the development of the temple architecture based on the Shiva theology. I have not touched upon the metaphor of the Panchamukha, Sadyojata, the Panchamukha. I have not spoken about the inquiry into Artha Panchaka. Artha Panchaka is what is the 5 cardinal principles for human life. What are the 5 things that should be pursued as soon as we have taken human life? Artha Panchaka, with reference to the 5 faces of Shiva and also with reference to Panchakritya. Shiva also participates in Panchakritya, that is 5 aspects of action, Karya, because Karana, who is Shiva, cannot be perceived by our senses, and therefore we can only see his Karana. So what is the Karana? That is Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, Nigraha and Anugraha. How these 5 Panchakrityas of Shiva happen, we have not touched about it. I have not touched the Panchamarga that Shiva is representing, which is Sangeeta, which comprises both of music and also dance. The definition of Sangeeta, according to Bharatanatyam Shastra, is both music and dance. Number 1. Number 2, yoga. Number 3, Shastra. He is the originator of Shastra, as we have seen in many of our studies, which includes Sahitya. We have not talked about the Shiva aspect of Dhyana, and we have also not looked at Tantra. So these 5 aspects of Shiva also I have not touched. You can see my disappointment as to why we have to move on with the study of, but hopefully I'll cover all these aspects when we take up the study of the Shivopasana mantra. Because in Shivopasana mantra, we have the Sadyojata, the mantras, therefore a good opportunity to expand our study of Shiva to a later date. So in the 8th Anuvaka, there are 2 important aspects were covered. One is Akhila Lokopasyatvam. Akhila Loka means the entire universe, not only consisting of the earthly realm, but all the realms, Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyam. In all these lokas, Shiva is worshipped. It is not an exclusive privilege of earthlings like us. The second thing is, his speciality is that he is the cause of dharma. So dharma is an effect, but its cause is Shiva, and these were the concepts that were covered so far in the 8th Anuvaka. So the rest of the Anuvaka continues to talk about the Antaryamitvam, that is the indwelling spirit of the of Shiva. So the next mantra we have to see is Namastirthaya cha Kulyaya cha. So Tirthaya is the Shiva who is all in the holy places. So if you go to the Tirtha Yatra of Shiva shrines, most of the places you will see it is on the banks of the river. And then when you take a bath in the river and you also go and worship Shiva, is it that you get purity by being in the place or by worshipping Shiva? It is because Shiva is inhabiting that particular place, the devotees who go there become pure. That's the meaning of this word Namastirthyayacha, and therefore he is also in Kulyayacha. Kulya or Kula or Kula means the bank of the river. See, that is why the very word Kula, from which Kula you are coming, is actually related to the bank of a river. Because all settlements, as you can see, all over the world, in all cultures, is on the banks of water bodies. Kulyaya cha. Paryaya cha. Para means beyond. That is, Shiva is the one who takes you to the other shore or moksha. Then avaryaya cha. It is, he also accommodates us in the samsara also. So he takes you across. If you prefer to stay back, he will also let you be here. How? By giving samsara sukha. Again, you can see a very upbeat tone that samsara is not to be condemned. It's a much misunderstood concept that samsara is something to be condemned. Samsara is sacred, it is very holy, it is a field I have many times spoken about. It's a kshetra where it is we get a scope for practice or sadhana. Prataranaya. Tarana means to have a boat, something which will take you to the other shore, from the shore of becoming or samsara to the shore of being, which is moksha. So this is connected with the other Shastra Vakya, which says, why is it that we have taken this most efficient body called the human body? Among all the living beings, the most perfect body in which one can transcend dukkha is human body only. You may, I think I have quoted this verse many times. Mahata punya panyena kriteyam yasya naustvaya param dukkhodader gantum tara yavanna bhidyate. The devotee is praying to the Lord. I have given an enormous amount of punya cash because Ishvara is not interested in our dollars. An enormous amount of punya cash I have given and bought this boat called my human body. Mahata punya panyena kriteyam yasya naustvaya. For what purpose? Param dukkhodadher gantum. So that I can cross this huge ocean of sorrow. Tara yavat na bhidyate. Tara, tarana, ataryaya, prataranaya, all of them come from this root tara. So that I can cross. When should I cross? What is the time? What is the time limit? What is the limit? Before it breaks down. So again, Rudradhyaya is not talking about Videha Mukti or going to heaven or going to having moksha after death. It has got to be achieved when we are alive. Jivan moksha is given by the knowledge of Shiva. How does he do it? What is the process? Uttaranayacha. That's the next mantra. Uttaranayacha. Ut means high, elevated. By making us cross in an elevated plane. Uttaranayacha. So elevated plane, what is the elevated plane? Among all the methodologies of living, the method of knowledge is the highest. So through the Jnana Marga or the way of knowledge, which is the highest and the loftiest, as Uttaranayata, as Dakshinamurti, he teaches us, and this is why I said all the Shastras is a derivative from Lord Shiva only. Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. And Guru, Shiva as Guru, inhabits every teacher. This we also seen in Yoga Sutra. Saha Purveshamapi Guruhu Kalena Anavachhedat. That's the Yoga Sutra, which is saying that he is a Guru of my immediate Guru, and he inhabits his Guru and right up to the beginning, because Shiva as Guru is not segmented by time. So that is how he takes us as Uttaranayacha, and he is also Ataryayacha. Ataryayacha means If a person is not interested in knowledge, the large population in the world is not interested in knowledge. They're only interested in mundane dandram vyavana. So mostly they are interested in just living, just existing. So what happens to those people? All the opportunities for acquiring jnana is given by Shiva. If that opportunity is not taken, he is going to be ataryayacha. He will bring us back and put us in samsara. That process also he takes charge. How, in what way? Alabhyayacha, by condemning us to go on experiencing karma phala, acquiring karma and karma phala only. As I many times mentioned, the beauty of Rudradhyaya, Lalita Sahasranama and Vishnu Sahasranama is it is like one of our mathematical series. So in this series, if you know how the next element can be derived, if you know that operating factor, which will create the next element, you will be able to study all these three texts in the same manner. Every single word gives us the clue as to how to get the next nama. Same, not only in Rudradhyaya, but also in Lalita Sahasranama and Vishnu Sahasranama. That is the reason why Rudradhyaya, Lalita Sahasranama, Vishnu Sahasranama, and to some extent the Vishwarupa Darshana part of the Bhagavad Gita, all of these are considered as extremely sacred, worthy of repetition every day. We'll continue.